Hi guys, so in one of my previous necklace videos, I was wearing this white wrap blouse and most of you requested that I show you how I make my wrap blouses. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I make my wrap blouses without a pattern. And then in my next video, I'm also going to show you how to make this detachable peplum. But in this video, we're just going to be making the wrap blouse. So if you're interested in seeing how to make your own wrap blouse without a pattern, then just keep on watching. So you need a shirt that fits you quite loosely. So you can make a pattern using the shirt, or you can just go ahead and take your shirt and lay directly on top of your fabric. So after making sure it's flat and everything is neat, on that fold, on the diagonal fold, I make sure that I mark about 15 centimeters down. This is where we're going to add the attachments, and then I just trace around with the chalk, and then I use rulers to define the lines. And then on the sleeve armhole, I use my curved ruler. Then I just cut that out with the pinking shears. So after getting the right piece, I now take the same bodice piece and then I lay it directly on top of the fabric, and I make sure that the right sides are facing each other. If you put it like in such a way that is laying on top, directly on top of the fabric, and the right sides are both facing upwards, you're going to have two left pieces or two right pieces. Then I just cut that out with the pair of pinking shears. So there are my two front pieces, the right one and the left one, and they just overlap like that. So if you want to make it off shoulder, you just reduce that shoulder length. Then as for the back piece, I just take the shirt again and then I lay it on top of the fabric, trace it around with the chalk, and then cut it out. Then I just fold it and put it away. So as for the sleeve, I used the original sleeve from the shirt to trace it. And then I just make sure that I extend the arms and make them longer since they're going to be ruffled. And then I just pin it on top of the fabric on the folded edge like that, and then I cut it out with pinking shears. on that diagonal line, I now fold in 2 times and iron. This is just in preparation because I'm going to hem this part. Then I also do the same thing on the other one. Then I just go ahead and I sew that. And always remember to backstitch. Then after that, there, as you can see, I'm done hemming. Then I now lay the pieces on top of the back piece. Then I pin on the shoulder line and also on the sides. Then I also go ahead and I pin the other front piece. And then I just go ahead and then I join the 2 pieces on the shoulder lines and on the sides. Just basically done joining those pieces. Then I now take my sleeves, and then at the end of the sleeves I now fold in about half a centimeter inwards, and then I fold again about 1 inch downwards. This is where we're going to insert the elastic. Then I just go ahead and sew that on the sewing machine. Then I now close the sleeves and sew the bottom of the sleeves. Now I start to insert the sleeves, and I just do this by basically turning the sleeves out and then inserting them from the inside, and then I pin around the armholes. Then I go and then I sew that on the sewing machine. So now after attaching the sleeves, I just go ahead and turn the top inside out, and then I sew on the top of the neckline and the back of the neckline. I just fold it over 2 times and then I sew it. So now after that I now go to the bottom, then I hem the bottom. These are the strips of fabric that I'm going to use to tie around my waist and to close the blouse. They were all about 1 meter long, slightly more than 1 meter. Then I folded in the edges and hemmed them. Then I joined them on that 15 centimeter gap that you remember we left the first time. I joined them at the bottom of the blouse like that. Then I just go ahead and stitch that on the sewing machine. Then I now go to the sleeves. So how I ruffle the sleeves is I mark about 6 to 12 inches from the end of the sleeves, from the edges of the sleeves. Then I fold in about 2 inches like that. I just fold and sort of make like a pleat, and I do this 2 times. Then I just pin it. Then I also do it at the back of the sleeve. And then I do the same thing for the other sleeve as well. Then I now come to my wrist and then I measure the amount of elastic that I'm going to use. Then I just cut it out. Then I insert the elastic onto the ends of the sleeves. And I just use a safety pin for this, and then I sew the gap shut using a needle and thread. So that is basically how I make the red blouse from start to finish. I know the video is quite long and I hope that you guys were able to follow me. So in my next video, like I promised, I'm going to be showing you how I make the detachable peplum. So just be on the lookout for that. So as for the blouse, here are the pieces that I cut, and then that was the blouse when everything was all joined together. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Bye.